MVP. MVP. We talk about MVPs all the time, but I don't really think we understand what valuable means. I think we oftentimes mistake valuable with best. And I'm here to tell you that you can be better than someone. You can be the best, but that does not mean you are the most valuable. For instance, a car to a person with no car is more valuable than a Lamborghini to a rich man. When that mother needs to take those kids to soccer practice, if she doesn't have that minivan, she can't get them there. But if her husband wants to hop on his motorcycle, he can. What's better? A motorcycle is better than a damn minivan. But what's more valuable, the minivan? Beachfront property, valuable. But what's better? 100 acres in the Midwest? Some would say no, but if you have 100 acres, you have more. It's the best. Not the best, it's better. But beachfront property, because it's limited, is more valuable than your 200 acres in the middle of nowhere. School lunch. Being a kid, getting that school lunch, that's way more valuable than dinner at Mastro's. Why? Because dinner at Mastro's is a luxury. Now that luxury, that dinner at Mastro's is so much better than that school lunch, but the school lunch is more valuable. You see where I'm going here? So when we look at the MVP conversation, we can't get caught up on who played the best, who looked the best. We have to look at who's the most valuable player to their franchise, to their situation. So my vote, so I have five people who I think should be in the running for MVP. We have Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. And those are my MVP candidates in that order. So I think Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of the NFL this year. I think Derrick Henry should be in second place, Josh Allen third, Patrick Mahomes fourth, and finally Tom Brady. Let's get to Aaron Rodgers. What would the Packers be without Aaron Rodgers, honestly? I mean, 13 and 3, 70.7% completion percentage career high, 48 touchdowns career high, 4,200. Let me look at my stats. 99 yards, only 5 interceptions, and a 121.5 passer rating. And look at his supporting cast. Devontae Adams was great. His offensive line was great. Aaron Jones was great. But let's be real. That team doesn't function without Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay doesn't function as a city without Aaron Rodgers. And year after year after year, he's put that team on his back. And now that he has a competent coach that has a little bit of better offensive mind, look at what he's doing. Number one seed, poised to go win his second Super Bowl and possibly his fifth MVP. I think it's fifth. I don't feel like looking it up, but he's had many MVPs. Derrick Henry, Titans were 11 and 5. He rushed for 2,027 yards and 17 touchdowns. He's one of two players to rush for 2,000 yards and 15 plus touchdowns in a season. Only he and Terrell Davis. Guess what? Terrell Davis won the MVP that season and the Super Bowl. Now, do I think the Titans are going to win the Super Bowl? Maybe. We'll see when I get to my playoff predictions. But Derrick Henry put that team on his back. That team does not function without Derrick Henry. That defense, terrible. Yeah, we think about Mike Vrabel, hard-nosed defensive guy, but their defense is not good. Tannehill is playing lights out. He's been playing lights out since he's been a starter for Tennessee. But guess what? Tannehill's not Tannehill without Derrick Henry. The play-action pass game doesn't work if Derrick Henry's not running the ball for 2,000 yards, back-to-back rushing titles. Third, Josh Allen. Josh Allen made huge strides this year, and I don't think that we should use the fact that he's improved so much as a means to make him the MVP, but no, he's just played damn good football. 69% completion percentage, really, Josh Allen? He was in the 50s in high school and college. 4,554 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks, and a 107 passer rating. He's carrying a pretty average to below average defense. Not too much of a running game, but once you link him and Stephon Diggs together, they became great. And now you have the Bills taking over the NFC East, and they might make a deep run this year. It's all going to be on the arm and legs of Josh Allen. Fourth, Patrick Mahomes. I know it's easy to say that Patrick Mahomes is the MVP because he's the best quarterback in the league, arguably. But for one, down the stretch, last 4 games, he didn't play well. I get it that the games weren't as important. But once you take the field, man, you have a responsibility to play well. And what you put out there is what's going to go on film. And that's what we're going to evaluate. But he still had great numbers. I mean, his team ended up being 14-2, 14-1 in the games that he played. 66.3 completion percentage, 47-40 on the yards, 38 tubs, 6 INTs, and a 108.2 passer rating. But when I look at Patrick Mahomes, man, I know Andy Reid is done. I know what he was doing in Kansas City before Patrick Mahomes got there. So that's why I struggle to make Patrick Mahomes the MVP because of the institutional competence that he has around him, the institutional excellence that is around Patrick Mahomes, the great players that they have on both sides of the ball, especially on that offense, that explosive offense that was already a top-notch offense before he got there. He just took it over the top. So that's why he's not, to me, he's not as valuable as many would like to make him. He's valuable. He's damn valuable. He's a great football player. Best quarterback in the league. Best quarterback. At his best, I have not seen a quarterback play better. But he also, I look at him like the 18 Warriors. So good because everything around them just fits in perfectly. And at their peak, they're unstoppable. Lastly, Tom Brady. Man, Tom Brady shocked me this year. 11-5, 65% passer completion percentage, 46-33 on the yards, so 4,633 yards, 40 touchdowns, 12 picks, and a 102.2 passer rating. Now, Brady was great against bad teams. He wasn't necessarily great against good teams, but he took them from a 7-9 team to an 11-5 team. He brought a new culture to Tampa. He made them more serious. He brought that Brady vibe there. He brought some of what the Patriot way that I said gone. He brought some of that to Tampa. He brought in Gronk. He brought in AB, and that allowed them to really get the cooking now at the end of the season. And I just, as talented as other quarterbacks may be, I think that Jameis had the talent to make this team a playoff team this year just because of the pieces around them and the quarterback, and the defense. And it was just another year in Bruce Arians' system. I think that Tom Brady really elevated this team and has them at the potential Super Bowl threat this year. So that's my MVP conversation. I think Aaron Rodgers is the MVP because he's carried the Packers. And I mean, what would the Packers really be without Aaron Rodgers?